What if I told you that one of the most decisive moments in European history wasn't decided on a battlefield, but on a cramped trading floor filled with rumors, fear, and one man's unreadable expression? What if a single family working from dimly lit counting houses in Frankfurt, London, and Paris managed to do what emperors, kings, and generals could not? Because long before the conspiracy theories, before the myths, exaggerations, and internet legends, there was a real family, 5 brothers, who built an information network so fast and so accurate that it outpaced entire governments. In 1815, during the chaos of Napoleon's final gamble at Waterloo, that network helped them make a move no one else dared. A move that would shift the financial center of Europe and cement their legacy for the next century. But nothing about this story is what it seems. And the secret behind how they outsmarted Napoleon isn't the version you've heard. It's more fascinating and more human than the myth. Section 1, setting the stage, background, key figures, tease twists. To understand how the Rothschilds outmaneuvered history's most feared commander, we need to step into Europe at the start of the 19th century, a continent torn apart by war, debt, collapsing currencies, and one rising superpower: Napoleon Bonaparte. Empires were falling, banking systems were fragile, governments were desperate for loans, intelligence, and stability. And in the shadows of this upheaval stood Meyer Amschel Rothschild, an ambitious coin dealer from the Frankfurt ghetto, with a vision that would change everything: unity, specialization, and speed. He didn't raise one successor, he raised 5. Amschel in Frankfurt, Salomon in Vienna, Nathan in London, Karl in Naples, James in Paris. Each brother became a node in a new kind of system, part family, part financial engine, and part intelligence network. Couriers on horseback, secret codes, trusted messengers. While governments relied on slow diplomatic mail, the Rothschilds could move information across Europe in hours. But this was only the foundation, because an opportunity was coming, one that would test every advantage they had built. CTION 2. Origins. Why the family rose. Cause gives effect. Cause: Europe was drowning in war debt. FFECT. Governments needed money fast, and few could be trusted to deliver it safely. The Rothschilds' early rise wasn't about power. It was about reliability. They transported gold for armies. They funded supply chains. They delivered pay to troops deep behind enemy lines. And in wartime, trust became more valuable than gold. Nathan Rothschild, the boldest of the brothers, transformed London into the family's financial command center. He brokered loans for Britain, managed massive gold transfers, and built a reputation for getting things done faster and more discreetly than anyone else. But all of this momentum ran into a wall: Napoleon. His armies had destabilized every financial system in Europe. Markets were panicking, bonds were volatile, and no one knew how long the war would last or who would win. What the Rothschilds needed was information. Accurate, fast, actionable. And that's exactly what they built. Section 3. The rise. Their information network takes over by 1814. The Rothschild couriers were so effective that Britain relied on them for intelligence. They weren't spies. They were faster than spies. But the true test came in June of 1815. While Napoleon marched toward Waterloo, governments waited for news with paralyzing anxiety. For armies, speed determined victory. For bankers, speed determined empires. Nathan Rothschild positioned himself at the London Stock Exchange, waiting, watching, calculating. He had outposts near the battlefield. He had riders ready. He had coded signals prearranged. And here's the twist: the legendary story that he lied.